Hello everyone, good morning. This is Dr. Shweta Kumar and I'm a practicing family physician. I hope you all are doing good. Here I want to convey some messages based on my own practice while treating COVID patient, and I'm sure every doctor has this experience with them. Often we see that patients land up into clinic quite late even though they had the COVID symptoms and they just thought it was for a day or so. So there are a few things I just want to mention. If any of these symptoms you have developed, even it was it for just a day, please go ahead, take a teleconsultation with the doctor and observe yourself. It is very important that you too take up the responsibility of monitoring yourself. So symptoms could be starting from your head, just an heaviness in the head. It could be a headache anywhere, any ear discomfort, nose discomfort, running nose, blocked nose, throat discomfort, pain in the throat, any swelling around the throat, or you feel choking in the throat, lump in the throat. Red eye could be just even once a day. It could be just for a day you had a red eye, but again that is significant. Any kind of body aches, generalized body aches, joint pains, chest discomfort. It is like you feel uneasiness in the chest, or when you cough, mostly it's a dry cough, but any kind of cough. It could be just an occasional cough also, just like a cough which just comes usually when you speak, when you talk, or take deep breaths, but usually otherwise it is not there. These all could be an initial symptoms. Apart from that, related to your digestion, loose motion, acidity, bloated, loss of appetite, not feeling like eating food, joint pains. Apart from that, there are some symptoms which you should immediately go for a consultation. That is a high grade fever above 99 or 100. Not every 4 hours you are getting temperature, or even if it's a once in a day also, let the doctor decide. And the second thing is, if the cough increases, breathing discomfort. Now this breathing discomfort is very difficult to find out, because sometime out of anxiety and all you can also have. So don't rule it out yourself, talk to the doctor, let the doctor rule out what was the reason for your breathing discomfort. So these are in general signs where you might develop any rashes on the body. So these are the thing. Also look for discoloration of your lips, hand, if is it like appearing little bluish. Especially for those who are bedridden, you can look for excess salivation, loss of appetite, they're not eating well. Look for the discoloration of the lips and all. These could be an early signs which you should definitely not miss out. Loose motions, loss of smell, loss of taste. So these are the symptoms which we have been hearing now for a very very long time. And but I think still we are missing out patients who are who have the symptom, but they're not turning out on the right time. Second thing is, if at all you're getting all of the symptoms, take a teleconsultation. Next is, remember to monitor yourself at home. It's your health you have to monitor. Are you passing urine every 4 to 6 hourly? How are your oxygen levels? When you place the pulse oximeter, watch it for 5, at least 20-30 seconds for the stable reading. Okay, so I have made a video on that also. If you want, you can go in and look for that. So they look at the stable reading. So 94 and above is normal. Walk for 10-15 minutes, just recheck it. If the oxygen levels are dropping by more than 3, that's a significant drop, just that your body is in compensatory stage right now, so it's showing normal. So these are the signs which you see. You should immediately consult the doctor. Of course, don't panic, but consult on the right time. Apart from that, checking your temperature above 99 or 100. Check your blood pressures. Is it under normal range or not? Is it on the falling trend or an increasing trend? Apart from that, check your blood sugars if you are diabetic. So these things you have to monitor. One important thing which I would like to also mention is, please do breathing exercises for those who had COVID, for those who didn't have COVID, and must for them who had recovered from COVID, especially for them who had an hospital admission, whose CT score was quite high, and those who have just come back from ICU and ventilator. See, COVID has affected your lung. A portion of lung has become non-functional. It will take time for it to come to functional state. If you do breathing exercises, it helps in it's kind of physiotherapy. It helps in rehabilitation. It helps in bringing back your lung to normal levels. It helps in improving oxygenation. You can do breathing exercises. Doctor must have advised spirometer to you, so you can do those exercises at least 4-5 times a day. Apart from that, mobilization is very important. Don't go on a complete bed rest. The more bed rest you take, the more the lung expansion will decrease. Oxygen levels might also drop down. So make sure that you walk for 30-40 minutes within the house for 2 to 3 times a day. Go on a very light food. Sometimes people have a heavier meal at night and then they wake up at night with breathing discomfort, acidity. So make sure, if you have a loss of taste and smell, don't go on adding so much of spices and so much of salt to increase the appetite and increase the taste. Anyways, it will not come down, but it is going to affect you otherwise. Follow the diet as advised by your doctor. Don't go on a lot of heavy supplemental diet. It is your body's response. Diet will help you in some way, but it's not like there's a magic food. So don't go on a very weird foodstuffs to kind of improve your COVID weakness. That anyways wouldn't happen. Keep yourself hydrated. Coming to the test, many people, they just get every test done according to themselves. No, discuss with the doctor which day which test has to be done. There are certain parameters we monitor every 2 to 3 days. Some tests we get it done after 14 days also. So there is a frequency, there are the number of days. Doing it then too early or too late is not going to help you. So discuss with your doctor which tests are important. There are certain tests like especially D-dimer and CRP which might still be repeated, like blood sugar, which might still be repeated once you have recovered as well. So that is kind of very, very important. Coming to medicines, many people out of panic from day one itself, they start taking so many medicine like steroid, Fabiflu, and they're running around for Remdesivir and all. I think that is not needed. Discuss with the doctor, start with a treatment plan. Most of the people are recovering well, even with a moderate CT score also, and with proper monitoring, even at they are getting quite better. Of course, the doctor will tell you, when admission is needed. Few things are of course not in our hand. That also depends on kind of your own body structures also, but then proper monitoring will help you monitor yourself and get better well. So don't hurry, don't hassle, take consultation with the doctor from day one itself and go by your treatment plan as suggested. And one more thing I want to say is, don't there are a lot of fake news, panic news going around. Please don't go to them. It's a hard time. Many people have lost their life, their dear ones, they are sick. It's a very depressing scenario for everyone, but then it is our responsibility that we spread positivity, the right information. Don't panic a COVID person. Kind of increase them, kind of elevate their self confidence. That is very, very important. Panic is, I think, today's the biggest disease we are seeing is the panic state. So I hope this video is useful, and please, every one of you, take care, wear your mask, use sanitizer. I'm in a clinic, I'm still wearing the gloves while I'm wearing gloves and mask wearing video, because I know now it's no more an aerosol, it's also in the air. So I have to kind of protect myself as well. And I hope everyone stays well and fine. Take care. Thank you so much.